Hello, YouTubes. It's your old pal, Mike Cayley 7 coming at you. Riding my 2017 Harley-Davidson Ultra Limited with the Milwaukee 8 engine. Couple of shout outs as I'm thinking about them because I just watched videos of theirs recently. Harley Day Rider and who else did I watch recently? I can't quite recall at the moment. Ah, yes, Harley Trick. Hi, guys. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, the first thing I will talk about is something that's not so good about this new model. And that is when you're in tight circumstances, you know, you're making maneuvers in a parking lot, you're making a U-turn, you're doing one of those ride like a pro things, figure eight kind of thing. I do notice a problem with that. I stalled the bike the other day when I was doing something kind of like that. I turned the handlebars all the way to the right because I had to make a sharp right turn from dead stop. And I didn't give it enough gas, I guess, and it stalled at a particularly not good time. Luckily, I was able to recover because, you know, when you're in the middle of a tight turn, the last thing you want is to lose power. So I realized, okay, I have to rev the engine a little bit more than I am used to doing. So that's the difference between this bike and my old one. And I did the same thing on another of these. That first test ride I did of that gray and black one, that thing I stalled twice. Just doing what I would normally do. Never stalled my 14 Ultra, but I managed to stall two different of these. And I think it's because of the anti-backlash and the lower idle. So, you know, it's a small gripe, but you just have to learn to give it more gas. I imagine the police bikes, if they have the same problem, they're just going to have to learn the throttle all over again. As I ride along here on this perfectly beautiful day. Absolutely in love with the lean on the bike. All right, so that's one complaint. Now I got another. It's not really a gripe, it's just something that's continuously bothersome to me. There was a guy, he was on one of my videos recently talking about this bike. And he started off with something like, so Harley has gone to Honda. Now, right then and there, to me that sounds like somebody is being rude, I guess, hateful against the brand of Harley. Saying, oh, Harley has gone to Honda because Honda's so much better. And thank goodness that Harley's gone to Honda finally, because you know that Honda's so much better than Harley. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And then that same comment, there was something else in it about how I wish that Harley would join this century and just go full metric. So the first thing I'm thinking is, well, how is having a metric bolt more modern than having a standard measured bolt? That I don't understand. A metric isn't intrinsically more modern. I mean, I could see it make it easier if you're in a shop working on multiple brands. If you just had one set of tools that would work on all of them, I could see that. But it doesn't make Harley less modern. I don't know. Are American cars still on standard, or do they go to metric too? I don't know. So I wrote back and I said, Harley didn't quote-unquote go to Honda like it's just a recent thing. To be exact, Harley went to Showa, a Japanese company to be sure, and the ultimate owner is Honda. But Harley went to Showa for forks, not with this model specifically in this model year, but years ago. Harley has been using Showa forks for a long time. So it's not a new development of any kind, and they openly say Showa forks. And if you know how to use Google, you can find out that Showa is a Japanese company. I said this in a video of mine like 5 years ago. You say Harleys suck because they're, Japanese is better, and then we use Japanese technologies on the Harleys, and you say, well, they still suck. But wait a minute, you just said, anyway. So I wrote back, we didn't just go to Honda, and, we have a lot of improvements on the Harleys now that a lot of non-Harley bikes, Japanese bikes in particular, and maybe even British, that don't have currently the things that Harley's using right now. For example, throttle by wire or electronic fuel injection, which is true. I've seen people on, I don't know, Suzuki or some sports bike. I can't remember what it was, but the person had a carburetor, didn't have electronic fuel injection, and didn't have throttle by wire either. And I'm thinking, well, since 2009, Harleys have had that. And that person took it to mean that I said Harley was the first one to ever have that, which is completely ridiculous, reading into it entirely. Harley is not the first to have throttle by wire. It's not the first to have anything, as far as I know. Not even an electric motorcycle. Although Harley did come out with an example of one for people to test, which I think is awesome. Still being gingerly on it, 500 miles, So I got in this big argument with this guy, and he says, I love Harley, I love the new engine, but you're being a jerk. I'm like, no, you come to my party and start talking smack, and then you get mad, you get butthurt when I take offense to it, and I get indignant. Then he started calling me a homophobe, like, what? Ugh. God. What, do I have to suck a dick to prove to you that I'm not a homophobe now? How do we get on being homophobic anyway? Because I said butthurt? It's got nothing to do with being homophobic, you idiot. Anyway, I told him to go die in a fire and to make love to his mother, and then I deleted him. Not the prettiest of things, I know. Oops. I keep taking that turn in third gear. It's so easy to do. Anyway, this is my Kaylee 7 saying, you know what, play nice. If you come on my comments thread talking smack, then I'm going to delete you. Let's see if I stall it in this turn here. Yeah, I did all right. This is my Kelly 7. Talk to you later.